Smoking, yeah.
Did I get the fire extinguisher?
It's definitely smoking.
This is the Z3 drill-powered pulley.
It's his new fidget spinner.
There are differences between this and the Z2 drill-powered pulley, and what are they? How long have you used this?
4 months? 3 months? Consistently every day for 1 week straight.
He's very hard on gear, and so he did all the human testing we were gonna do out in the field because he's actually broken his Z2-R before trying to pull a tree over.
Maybe 2 of them.
You really take advantage of that warranty we got. If you have a drill, you can move the pulley. So the problem that this solves is that battery-powered ascenders are very expensive. They're fairly unreliable. I have a lot of people that complain about them. And they're giant suitcases that sit in front of you. And so having the Awa drill-powered pulleys solves that. And we have already made a video about Z2Rs. People like them. And now we have the Z3. Have you used battery-powered ascenders?
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
Why?
They're expensive. They have a very niche market. Because they're so bulky and big, it's hard to do work with them in front of you. It'd be like putting this right here while you're trying to work. You could take any drill, any brand of drill, whatever you choose.
Not any drill, any brand of drill.
Any brand of drill. There's some battery combinations that work a little better than others, but you can use any battery combination. And then when I don't want the big bulky thing, I can hang it off my harness and have it out of my way.
If you burn up a drill, you get another drill for $100. If your batteries go bad, you can just get them at Home Depot. It's just, you're not stuck with all these proprietary things from all the other power ascenders. And then we warranty the crap out of this. Even if you do something dumb with it, I just replace it for you. Why were you pulling a tree over with it? Is to like guide the tree?
No, I was dragging a pile of brush and it dragged my Jeep sideways.
You bent the axle.
Yeah, it bent.
So there's limits to this, and that's what we're going to explore. The Z2R, the R stands for rescue because they had several versions, and this ended up being the best, so they just now have this one for now. The Z3 Fire is because they had 2 versions, and the Fire one ended up being best, so now this is what we have, and Fire is a cool name. Obviously, this one has a swivel, and that is real nice when you put it on backwards and you need it this direction. You have to unclip this one in order to open it, and this one, if you're clipped in, you can open it and not drop it. The wheel is stationary because it's attached to all the gears in the back, and it's the body that moves, allowing the rope to have different amounts of friction when you take the arm and you lower it like any descender. The Z2R is a lot simpler because it is a wheel attached to some gears inside, and when you open up the lever, you disengage those gears entirely, which is why you have these weird looking arms that you have to wrap the rope around. Now, I personally like the arms because I can really control the friction really, really well with this. I actually like this, and we're gonna continue to sell the Z2R because this is still really good. Sometimes you only need to use this for either hauling or you're going up a bunch. If you're gonna go up, down, up, down, up, down, that's great for this.
You can use them for both tasks. Would be more suitable for hauling things because you can't go in and out of it easily without completely taking it off of a harness because you have the potential of dropping it. An instant release. It's not just a feathered release like this one. If you're hauling material, I'd go to this in a heartbeat. It'll pull for days.
You can see that the wheel inside is that pattern, and this wheel has a less aggressive pattern, so it doesn't bite the rope as much because it's the descender. That one's waterproof, IP66. I had some window washers use this, leave it in the back of their truck, let it get rained on, and it got rusty. So I replaced it, but it's not great for window washing if you're gonna be just power washing and getting water all over this thing. That is, like, don't throw it in the bottom of a pool, but like, you can get it wet. When we did our Z2 tests, one concern with power descenders is that they could shred a rope. I wanted to make sure this wasn't going to do that if you put too strong of a drill on it. That consistently holds 1.5 K in the way I'm doing it. Now, I'm not asking you to put a whole hog on this thing, but God, he's perfect for brake testing this thing. But the wheel will slip over the rope before it shreds your rope. Now, if you just stand there and grind on it for 60 seconds, it will glaze your rope, but you're not going to be damaging the thing that you're trusting your life to. So this is 3/8 inch HTP, and I use that to go up the cave that is in this video right here for a continuous 600-foot ascent.
3, woo!
We've got our safety glasses on. We have our 1-tube ATC that I have laying around here to add a Z in the system to simulate a constant load on this while I run it. But you can see how smooth it is when I just pull the tail. Another difference between the Z2R and this is you go forward to make this thing work. It is weird to get used to the Z2R being backwards and then the Z3 is forward, but that's just the way the gears work.
Why is it doing that?
That was the first feedback I got, was it slips. And this is because the Z2-R does not slip like that. When you have weight on your tail, it works.
Is this a tug of war?
We'll do a tug of war.
I'm winning.
Almost 5.5.
5.5 kN. Did you just glaze my rope?
Glaze the rope. 5.5 kN is a lot of force.
I was able to pull stronger than he was able to hold on to an ATC. That is how you lift up gear quickly. So
It goes really fast.
the gear ratios for the Z2-R and the Z3 are the same. What you put into it is what you get out of it. And most of what you get out of it comes from this part, not from this part. Oh, yeah. So handle is open, and if I can control that. Oh my God, there's 2 kN on this right now. Okay, hold on. Okay, lowering controlled. I can maintain a 2 kN load with control. So with the Z2-R, we have to disengage the gears in order to lower, but in this case, we're just moving the wheel from the housing. So I'm actually able to leave the drill in, and whoa, I gotta release some of this load first. So I'm able to release that 3 kN load, and the drill is staying just fine. This is not a capstan, and so you can't just run an unlimited amount of rope through this in either direction. This will eventually heat up, and of course your drill is also a concern. But you don't want to heat up the wheel by rappelling 600 feet without any heat dissipation. Like typically you what? Rappel down, work.
20 feet.
Rappel down.
Go up and down 20 to 30 feet, and you're doing that bounce back and forth, giving it time to cool down.
If you're just trying to rappel, use a different device.
Yeah, I would not use this as strictly a descent device. I would use it as a strictly ascent device.
If you're 100 feet up and you need to come down for lunch, you can rappel with it. It's for that. It's just you will get the wheel hot, so you can't do a 200 meter or 660 foot drop without the wheel getting too hot. But I haven't tested that yet. I don't know what the true limit of that is.
Or if you do it really fast. If you try to go zipping down the rope, I mean, that adds more heat too.
Main line and backup line.
First thing is pull the slack out so it doesn't just spin on you.
Demonstrate it spinning. Ryan, it's broken.
I never said it was broken.
Oh my God. Are you in 2 or 1?
That was 2.
Ceiling's not big enough for that crap.
Batman mode there. Put it in gear 1 so I don't disappear out of frame really fast. The convenient part about this one is like, oh, I just need to go grab one little thing. I can just go down a little bit, grab it, and not have to worry about taking the drill out. Take the drill out. And not have it in the way when I'm trying to work. Or, but the other thing is like, there's enough friction that I can fully open this and still not go anywhere until I start feeding the rope down. Or I can control it with that. One thing I have done if I'm doing a lot of up and down is I can take a press, I can choke it tight and just clip it into the carabiner, and then the drill won't just fall out. Yeah, so now I can not worry about dropping that onto somebody or just even down onto a window or something. So, and then I can still move around and go up and down. Batman mode and second gear is...
Ah, stop. You act like you've used this for a while.
And so that's just convenient if I'm doing a lot of up and down work. That way I don't have to grab the drill or take it out so I don't hit something.
Oh my God. I love the Z2-R. We're still gonna have the Z2-R, but that feature alone is so worth this. In fact, you don't have to take the drill out. Because every time I have to go down on the Z2-R, I've had to take the drill out and then put it back in every time. I personally would probably put that on something I could remove on site if I didn't want the drill in my way, and then be able to put that on at, whenever I want. You're kind of embedding the thing into your system.
Yeah, I mean...
But the idea is the same.
If I had to go from a long ascent and then go to a long descent, I wouldn't necessarily want to leave it in this because of the heat it does, and potentially could wear a big flat spot into the wheel if it's long enough. Good old rope access. We're going to put a second safety on. Pretend this is our next line, or our descent line, or our backup line. We're just switching ropes now. And suck up the slack out of that. Lower onto that device. Now, And because this is midline attachable, I don't have to take it off my harness and worry about dropping a 5-pound object.
Yeah.
Since I have my backup here now, I can take this backup off.
Yeah.
And now I can go right into my descent. For a rope access world, that's a lot nicer. You can do rope-to-rope transfers. You can do, you know, patient pickoffs.
I talked to a sailor the other day who's going to use this to go up his mast. And this one's waterproof, so he's waiting for the Z3. But people ask me about quality. This is made in China, but I put on the inside of the plate, proudly made in China, because they invented it. They didn't copy this. And they put a lot of work into this. And they import special steel from Germany for the parts to not wear down that would wear down and be very difficult to replace. They put a lot of work into this. This isn't just a copy mill. I have known these people for 7 years now and watched their business grow while mine's been growing, watching them go from Z2 to Z2R to this to a couple other exciting things coming in the future. That's why I'm so willing to stand behind the product.
Well, they've also taken all your feedback and implemented it into the manufacturing process.
So Line Grip, who makes the Line Scale 3 that I'm always talking about in these videos, he is the European distributor, and he's got some really cool design improvements that we are going to be doing that make this wheel more easily replaceable, because this is the only wear, it's not the only wear part. It is the wear part that needs to be replaced. Now, if you get one of these now, I just send it back, I fix it. But in the future, it's going to get better. There's another small design improvement that's nerdy. And we're starting to get the CAD files for their future products so we can help give input earlier in the stage. We haven't mentioned the fact that it takes 2 actions to open that up. I'm going to be doing a deeper dive video where I'm going to be breaking this more aggressively and testing every drill I can get my hands on to find out when they start smoking. But as far as I understand, there are 2 gears in here that are holding you. There is redundancy built into the gearbox, so if one part magically wears out, fails, stops working, there's a second part. So I don't want to break it, but what should we do next?
Let's run a bunch of rope through it and see how hot it gets.
The wheel is 77 degrees. Let's see if we can change that. Something on here was hot. 153. So this has a 2-person load on it.
Ish.
I've already done this with just my body weight and it was fine. 146 for the ATC. So the wheel's only 98 on this. I'm more worried about your drill at this point. 180.
We're almost out of battery too.
99.6. A 6 amp hour battery got me up the fantastic pit. It's dead as shit, man. 213. I got a 215.
How's the battery?
89, 92, 95, 165 degrees for the ATC. This is hot, but I can touch it. 110, 198. Check that out. Feel that. I got 110.
It's definitely warm.
So that's about 2/3 of the 200 meter rope that I have. And I was able to go up the whole thing with just my weight because I'm lighter. You're going to get more out of your battery if you're not 2.5 kN.
And I know guys that weigh 200 pounds that aren't necessarily like obese, but they're just big people, and you're already at 1 kN there. And then you add tools or gear or backpacks or
I think I talked to somebody the other day that I think was like almost 300 pounds. And so he was asking about this. And yeah, I mean, that's what 445, 450 pounds will do. The thing is to do a continuous ascent up all 200 meters.
I mean, your hand gets tired of doing this.
That is probably the biggest takeaway. Hold on. It's better than ascending.
Well, it's definitely better than hand ascenders or foot ascenders or chest ascenders.
Or even the powered ascenders once, like, I don't know what those are rated for.
I don't think there's a device out there that's minus a capstan winch that's designed to just do unlimited amounts of rope, because your limitations are drill life expectancy, battery life, and grip fatigue.
So we're working on getting this PPE certified and ANSI certified 359-4 for descenders. It's interesting what they require for us to do that. It is a specific amount of distance that we have to tell them that we want to certify it up to. You'll know more of that once we do. Does anything change if this was PPE on how you use it?
Not on how you use it.
What value does a PPE certification?
Helps your insurance company. You're a business owner. They all want stuff that meets certain standards so that they can tell their insurance that they're meeting certain standards.
But I don't know if any of the power ascenders are PPE rated because they're different and weird. You always use it with PPE. So we're working on the things that those people who care about, but we're starting to sell them because nothing inherently is different about the device or the way you would use it. So let's say I don't own an Petzl ASAP. Those are expensive. My job doesn't require it. I'm using this for personal use, and I don't want to buy one of those. Can you clip a VT prusik above this because that pushes it up automatically, but if you were to descend fall, like this 1/4-inch thick steel is not going to break. Is that an appropriate bag? What is an alternative solution who somebody doesn't want to buy ASAPs?
That would work. I would do it in a max over 1 configuration versus the actual VT knot, just because it stays around the rope a little nicer. And you got to make sure that it won't accidentally get sucked into that somehow. Not that I think it would.
You must be used with a backup device system. I'm always like, must be used with a back. No, no, no. Please use it with a backup device system. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So if you have a single line,
Cool. So even if you mind it, and the specific reason I would do this max over 1 is because even when it locks up, so all my weight bounce on that a little bit, I could then go and still break it loose.
Okay.
It can still come down. It's a backup, but this is more of a backup if this device fails.
yeah, because
So
the 1/4-inch thick plate's not going to fail.
Open this and forget to wrap the horns kind of thing, this will catch you versus falling. But it's not a backup if the rope fails.
Yeah, that's the rope access guy in you.
Yeah. Single point contact, if the rope fails, you're still down. But even if you had an ASAP there, it's doing the same thing. It's catching the device failure versus the rope failure.
Now, an ASAP is nicer, but it's also a lot more money.
Yes.
And so if you don't have to spend that amount of money to still be safe. And that's what I wanted to get across with this demo.
Trying this on the Z3, and I'm noticing that while hanging in it, trying to pull a lever and mine the prusik,
It's because the handle goes down.
because the handle goes down away from the rope, it's hard to mine this prusik. And with the becket being offset, it definitely makes it a lot weirder. Spend the money and buy an ASAP.
You're supposed to use an ASAP or an auto red fuse with this device. We're just looking for hacks to make it not require that and still be safe. If you've got ideas, please let me know, because it'll make it in a future video so I can share it.
We are going to test to see how much force it takes to slip.
It is tied off on that end, and we're just gonna grind on it.
Jesus.
Go for it.
Pull on a little bit.
No, that's... Holy cow. Wow.
Can we undo it?
Yeah? I mean, that's not good for the rope.
That got hot though.
Yeah, it's just
91.
grinding 1,500 pounds out of that thing. Yeah, this thing is warm.
Oh, that's this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. Did I get the
definitely
fire extinguisher?
It's definitely smoking. How hot is it now? It's only 91.
Z3 fire.
112, 120, 130, 40, 50. I think we melted it.
You melted the sheath, and the core is now melted together. That is a shape I've never seen before in a rope.
192.
If you watch this 2 weeks after I post it, you might cry, because right now they're on pre-sale for 20% off, saving you $500. The sale starts as soon as I hit publish. Is this tool good for... Can I use it for... Buy it. Try it. And if you don't like it, within 30 days, send it back. I'll send you the shipping label. See ya.
Don't forget to buy all your gear at hownotto.com.